Hello everyone, welcome to video lecture series of Communication Engineering. Today's topic is multiplexing hierarchy for digital communication. In this video, I'll be talking about the different levels of multiplexing hierarchy of digital communication, and some of the important things: how to calculate bit rate at each level, bit rate and transmission channel bandwidth along with the bandwidth efficiency. Let us begin. First, let us talk about the digital multiplexing. What is multiplexing? You must be remembering now. Multiplexing, it is the process of combining multiple signals into a one over a shared medium. It means here multiple signals, many signals have to be combined. The nature of signal may be analog or digital. So accordingly, there will be different types of multiplexing. If input signal or the analog signals are multiplexed, then it is known as a analog multiplexing. If digital signals are multiplexed, then it is known as a digital multiplexing. And multiplexing is a very important feature of all commercial long distance communication system. It can be used in a number of applications very effectively. And digital multiplexing, about which I am going to talk in this particular video, how the hierarchy for digital communication is to be achieved. So that digital multiplexing, it is based on the principle of interleaving symbols from two or more digital signals. And digital multiplexing will enable us to combine many digital signals like computer outputs, digital voice, digital facsimile and TV signals. And there are various advantages of digital multiplexing. Some of the advantages you must remember it always, because in the case of the digital multiplexing, hardware cost is reduced because the use of digital ICs, and reduction of hardware cost, this is a very prominent factor. Power cost also reduced in the case of digital multiplexing due to the use of the regenerative repeaters. Digital multiplexers are very flexible if we compare with the analog multiplexers, right? So these are some of the important advantages of digital multiplexers. Now let us talk about the multiplexing hierarchy for digital communication, how this is to be achieved. So there are two slightly different multiplexing patterns which are used for digital communication, and they are AT&T hierarchy and CCI-TT hierarchy. They are there is a very slight difference in between these two hierarchies, and there are 4 levels of multiplexing in both of the cases. So there are 4 levels of multiplexing, and a 64 kbps voice PCM unit that is used as the basic input, right? And the structural layout, if you draw, then you are going to find out the structural layout in both of the cases is almost same. So let us compare these two multiplexing patterns or the hierarchy, means on in which particular hierarchy how many inputs are there and what is the output data rate. So accordingly, by considering these factors, let us draw a table. This table summarizes the levels. On the basis of levels in both of the hierarchy, in both of the multiplexing techniques, how many inputs are there and what is the output rate. So if we talk about AT&T, at first level number of inputs 24, second level number of inputs 4, then third level at 7 and 6 at fourth level, and output rate is 1.544 megabits per second, 6.3, 1 to 44.736. So these are the various output rates corresponding to the number of inputs. Similarly, for CCI-TT also, number of inputs have been taken. At first level 30 inputs, second, third and fourth level 4 inputs, and accordingly the data rate has been listed out in this table. Now we are going to draw the multiplexing hierarchy for digital communication, and let us draw for the AT&T. Means now we are going to talk about this in detail and how to draw it. This is the diagram. You can remember this diagram very easily. This is very easy also. Here you can see, if you observe on the left hand side, on the very left hand side, there are channel banks, and these channel banks are in various numbers, and the input is 24 voice PCM signal at 64 kbps each. Means here you can observe this is the first level of multiplexing, and at this first level of multiplexing a number of 64 kbps PCM voice channels are multiplexed. Number of voice channels are multiplexed, and the number of such voice inputs is 24 in number, as I have shown you in table as well. 24 in number for each channel bank. Means here we are talking about AT&T system. And the bit rate at point A1, here you can see bit rate at point A1 in this particular diagram, that is 1.544 megabits per second, right? And 4 such channel banks produce outputs, means outputs from A1, this is A2, this is A3 and A4, right? These outputs are further multiplexed by using a second level multiplexer. Here you can see MUX at the second level, and the bit rate at the second level multiplexer output, when we are talking about at the output, so here you can observe at point B1, this is what, 6.312 megabits per second, and 7 such outputs, that is starting from B1, B2, B6 and B7 are multiplexed further by using a third level MUX multiplexer. And the bit rate at the output of third level multiplexer, that is at point C1, you can observe this is 44.736 megabits per second, and 6 such outputs, that is C1, this is C2, C3, C5 and C6 are then again multiplexed at fourth level MUX multiplexer. And the bit rate at the output of fourth level multiplexer, that is you can see at point D, this is nothing but 274.176 megabits per second. So this is how you can draw the multiplexing hierarchy for digital communication. I hope now this particular point is clear to you, how to draw it. Now let us calculate the bit rate at each level. Since we are talking about AT&T system, similarly you can draw the CCITT system also. So here AT&T system is being taken into the consideration, and the bit rates at various levels of multiplexing, you can write it as, see, starting from the first level of multiplexing. So bit rate at the first level of multiplexing is what? 64 kbps, which is the input bit rate, into 24 channels, so what you are getting? 1.536 Mbps, and bit rate which is assigned at the output of first level, that is 1.544 Mbps. Similarly, bit rate at the second level, that is what? 1.544, which is the output from the first level, into 4 inputs, so what we are getting? 6.176 Mbps, and bit rate assigned at the output of second level, that is 6.312 Mbps. Similarly, we can calculate the bit rate assigned at the output of third level. So bit rate at the output of third level is what? 6.312 into 7 inputs. Multiply it, you will be getting 44.184, and the assigned value is 44.736 Mbps. Bit rate at the output of fourth level, that is what? 44.736 into 6 inputs. There are C1 to C6, 6 inputs. So you are getting 268.416 Mbps, and the assigned value is 274.176 Mbps, right? And we can also calculate the total number of voice PCM channels. So the total number of voice PCM channels will be what? Total 24 channels at the input, 4 at the first stage, then 6, then 7. So we are getting what? 4032. So here you must remember that at every level of multiplexing, the output bit rate is lower than the bit rate assigned at that level. You have observed it. Output bit rate here you have calculated 1.536 and the assigned value is 1.544. So the assigned value is higher. This higher value allows us to add the control bits and additional bits, which is known as stuff bits. So that is why this is the purpose being kept to add some higher bits at the assigned level, and these stuff bits are required to be added to give a steady output rate. So the stuff bit concept you must always be remembering. Now, what is the bit rate and transmission channel bandwidth? The bit rate at the output of fourth level of AT&T system which we are talking about. So the bit rate is what? R, which is 274.176 megabits per second. So the transmission channel bandwidth is what? It must be greater than or equal to R by 2, and the value of R is already given. So what you are going to write, bandwidth must be greater than or equal to 274.176 upon 2. So if you calculate it, you will be getting bandwidth, it must be greater than or equal to 137 megabits per second, right? It means to transmit 432 PCM voice signals, the required bandwidth of multiplexing system, it must be greater than 137 megabits per second. Now, what is the bandwidth efficiency? The bandwidth efficiency of a multiplexing system can be defined as, it is the ratio of number of voice signals into bandwidth of each signal upon bandwidth of the multiplexing system. So from this particular formula you can calculate the bandwidth. Here let us substitute the value when we are calculating the bandwidth efficiency. Number of voice channels is 4032. Bandwidth of each signal, that is 4 kilohertz, upon bandwidth of the multiplexing system, that is 137 megahertz. So if you compute, this particular value is what? 7.77%. In percent you are going to write it 7.77%. It means the bandwidth efficiency of a digital multiplexing system is what? That is 7.77%, and which is extremely poor if you compare with a higher bandwidth efficiency which is of analog multiplexing system. And for analog multiplexing system the bandwidth is approximately 85%. So you can see how much lower it is in the case of the digital multiplexing, right? And the disadvantage of poor bandwidth efficiency, that is outweighed by other advantages of the digital transmission. There are various advantages in the case of the digital transmission, so this can be compromised in certain applications. Thank you so much for watching this video.